This is Chris Brogan from chrisbrogan.com. This is in support of George Smith, who from Crocs, who had a really interesting experience where someone tried to blackmail him, basically. I can't think of another way to look at it. They said, give me a free pair of Crocs. And he said, well, we try to give them to as many people as we can. We try to get, build relationships and all that, but we can't always do it or whatever. And they said, well, I'll write really bad things about you. And to which he was like, well, and she said, no, I really will. That's just crazy. Can you imagine? And so here's George all by himself at this event, hearing this and thinking, wow, what do you do? I can't be held to this. I can't, there's no way I'm going to do this because it's just going to promote, we don't do business with terrorists is what they say in, policy and diplomacy. So what does that mean? I mean, if you're a big business and you're worried that any blogger in the world is going to write something bad about you, you can't live like that. Listen, companies, you've got a guy like George making these good decisions right on the fly saying, I'm not standing up to that. That's just not going to happen. So you might get a bad blog post. Why would someone trust that person? Julian Smith and I wrote a book called Trust Agents. The reason is because not everything on the web is the same. You don't know that you could just trust stuff just because it's in print. It's not the same as the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, or even some of the most prominent bloggers or even the most connected bloggers. George, I support you. And Crocs, I think George did a great thing, and really this is a good thing. I think that it brings to light something that's probably going on more than we know about and really need to think about. What's your take on it? I'm curious. There's a blog post that goes with this over at chrisbrogan.com.